of setting goals for yourself and not accomplishing them? Then this is the video for you. Sorry guys, that was super cheesy, I know. But I just didn't know how to open this video. But basically, this is what this video is about. I know I am tired of setting goals for myself and not accomplishing them. I'm tired of waiting for the perfect moment for me to act on things, for me to start making things happen for me. I'm tired of just being lazy. I'm lazy. I'm super lazy. I'll admit that. But I'm tired of being lazy and I'm tired of being tired. I'm sick of it. This past few weeks, I've been experiencing new things where things just kind of started clicking in my head, in my life. I'm gonna try my best not to ramble, and sorry if you hear background noise. The air conditioning is on. It's starting to get hot in Texas. Recently, I've gone through different experiences that have made things start clicking in my head. There's no better time than right now. There's no better time than this moment. You often hear people say things like this. You hear it and it just comes in one ear, goes out the other, and you don't realize it until it just finally clicks for you. I want to be the best version of myself. For me, for my kid, for my partner, for my family, for everybody around me. And the thing is, the older you get, the faster and faster the years go by. I'm tired of listening to motivational speakers. I'm tired of reading about financial advisories. I'm tired of listening to a podcast, watching a video, doing this and that, but not taking the right action. Always waiting for the perfect moment. When I get this, when I get that, now I will be able to really accomplish what I need to do. Oh, well, once I get those running shoes, y'all better get out of my way. And it never happens. One of my biggest issues is I lack commitment with things. I can be doing something really, really good, but then once I get tired of a certain routine, I'm done. I'm over it. In this video, I don't know who's gonna watch it. Maybe one person, maybe two, I don't know. But I wanna do this video more so for myself as a commitment to go back and watch. Because right now I have all of this new energy inside me where I feel so motivated. I am so motivated to be better, to be the best version of myself. Now that I have a kid, I see life very differently. I appreciate time very differently. My time is very, very much valuable. Now I have bigger priorities. Now I have things that I desired even more. I want to provide a different lifestyle for my kid. Have financial freedom, as most people do. But what exactly am I doing to get there? Other than just watching videos, other than just wishful thinking of sitting there, and you have to start acting and making things happen, because things are not just gonna happen for you. You can't be just sitting in the couch and waiting for someone to knock on the door. Hey, congratulations, here's $1 million. That's not gonna happen. Well, never say never, but you know, most likely not gonna happen that easy. So you have to start taking steps towards what it is that you really, really want. And everyone has different wants and different needs, and you have to really figure out what are those things. I started recently really working on my social media, trying to put an effort and a commitment into growing my social media. And you often think, oh, when I hit this amount of followers, that's it, I made it. But that's not it. You know, I've kind of gone through that moment of realization that I thought, oh, man, I just want that video to hit 1 million views. And then it does. And then what? Well, that was cool. But then what? It didn't do really anything for me. So now I've kind of gone through that process of really discovering myself, what it is that I want, what it is that I wish. And I've been working in different areas of my life. So I'm gonna try to, as I start this journey, try to document some things and share the process with you guys. Some parts of it, some others I will keep to myself. One thing about me is I don't share my finances, I don't share my goals, because I don't want to allow any type of negative energy towards that. I don't need any of that. So I keep that very close and private to myself. But I'm still gonna share some of the things that I'm working towards. One of the things that I'm working on right now is financial freedom. I want to be financially free and have the freedom to do whatever I want. And I think that's something that everybody wants. And whoever says they don't, then that's a lie. Everybody strives for financial freedom and freedom in general. You want to be free and just do whatever it is that you want to do. So that's one of my goals right now, to be able to be in a position where I am that. One of the things that I've learned recently is don't get advice from broke people. Don't get advice from people that are not successful, because there is a reason why they're not successful or why they are broke. I'm not saying, hey, get advice from me, but at the same time, I'm not saying, hey, I'm broke. That's not part of my vocabulary. You gotta learn that words are very, very powerful. The term broke is not part of my vocabulary. It's not attached to me. Keep that away from me. And that is my mentality right now. But I'm learning to really start changing the stuff that I consume, the people that I listen to. I've started to change the people that I follow on my social media. For example, there could be a bunch of random accounts that honestly bring nothing to me as far as developmental growth, financial growth, whatever type of growth that I'm looking for. You hear people say, hey, if you want to be rich and successful, surround yourself with rich and successful people. But how do you do that? Like, where the heck am I gonna go, hey, you're rich, you wanna be my friend? Can I listen to your advice? That's like such an easy thing to say, but not actually do. I don't know how you do that. So that's a difficult advice to receive and apply to your life. But what I have started doing is changing the content that I consume online, changing the people that I follow online. If I cannot be friends in real life with people like this, or I haven't been able to be in those circles yet, I am trying to at least follow them on social media and just kind of attract that into my life. Because one thing is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If there are people that are already doing it, being successful, it doesn't mean copy exactly what they're doing, but it is helpful to listen to people that have done things, that have failed during the process, and that could possibly save you time and money into doing things that maybe it's not the right way. So that's the one thing that I'm doing towards my financial freedom, is really learning about money, really learning what it is that I want to do as far as a business. Another thing is like really investing in myself, investing not just like, hey, let me go get a massage because it feels good. Yeah, I love massages, but hey, let me invest really in my growth, in my personal growth, in my brain. What is the knowledge that I'm obtaining? I feel that's something that I've lacked since I left college, is that learning ability. You become really just part of the world and you're just doing what you do on a daily basis, but you kind of stop learning. At least me, that's how I felt. After leaving college, I wasn't challenging myself, challenging my brain, and having to write essays and do research on certain topics. And that's something that I lack. And that's something that I'm trying to really improve on this year, where I'm really educating myself now for life. We often tend to spend money on things, on material things, but then we stop spending money really on our personal growth, who we are, whether that's spending money on a therapist, which I haven't tried yet. I really do want to try going to a therapist, just because I always hear great things about it from people that do go. So I want to give that a try at some point. But yeah, like spending money on a therapist, life coach, conference, whatever type of classes, like what are you doing to better yourself, basically, outside of tangible things, outside of material things. So that's number one, investing in your growth and development. Number two, I'm really trying to focus on my health right now. I've been listening to David Goggins and I've been super motivated. Everything he says, just talking about his journey and just the mental aspect of things. We tend to give up very easily and we never really push ourselves to the limit, and we're just lazy. Okay, let me not say we and speak for everybody. I'm just lazy. I'll be like, if I'm doing a push-up and then I'm struggling, I'm like, oh, I can't. And then I stop. Because nobody's watching me. It's just me by myself. I'm doing my own thing. Who cares? I'm not trying to impress anybody. But that's the problem. I want to start impressing myself. And I want to be the best version of me for myself. How am I working mentally to help me physically? And if you know about David Goggins, he was talking about how he's had many issues with his knee and surgeries on his knee, yet he's over there running 100 miles. That's freaking insane. My knees hurt, and if it hurts, I'll be like, oh, can't hit the gym today, I'm hurting, I'm gonna just make it worse. No, what can you do to push yourself, to work on yourself physically, and quit being lazy and quit finding excuses. That's me. That's completely me. I'm always finding excuses. Oh no, man, I started and then all of a sudden I'm on my period. Sorry, TMI, but it is nature. It's biology. That's what happens to women. You get your period, all of a sudden you have cramps, you don't feel like it. And that happens so often, to where there are different things that happen in life where you rather stop, sit down, take a break instead of pushing yourself. And I figured, I'm tired regardless. Whether I work out or not, I'm tired. So might as well just work out and still be tired anyways, but at least I'm gonna start feeling better about myself. I'm gonna feel good. And hopefully that will create more energy, because that's what happens when you work out. Eventually your body starts creating more energy and you're just start becoming a different person. I'm really focused on working on my physical body, but also how much I can mentally push myself. Another thing is I want to be able to look good and feel good for my son. Sometimes we're playing on the ground, on the floor, and he's jumping on my back, jumping on my leg, getting on top of me, and doing a bunch of crazy things on the ground. It gets to the point where I'm like, okay, stop. Yeah, I'm hurting, bro. And he's like, no, mommy, again. And I'm just like, bro, and I'll do it, but then I'm paying the price in my back and my knees, and I get it. We're only getting old. We're getting older is what happens. You can't stop or change that, but I can try to improve in the process of getting older. I can try to keep my body healthy. I can try my best to stay fit and stretch and do whatever it is that I need to do in order to be the best version of myself for my son and be able to get on the floor as long as I want and play with him and do anything he wants to do. Right now, my back freaking hurts. Imagine when I hit 60, 70, hopefully 80, 90, I'm gonna be miserable. So physically, I just wanna do it now because I know it's only gonna get worse if I don't do anything about it or try to do something about it. Another part of the healthy thing that I'm working towards is what I'm putting inside of my body. Right now, I'm currently reading a really good book. It teaches you all these different aspects of health, different things that you put in your body, what it means exactly, what are the types of vitamins. There's a bunch of different terms, words that I've never heard in my entire life. It's very like scientific. And the point that I'm trying to make is that right now I'm also working on being more conscious of what I'm consuming. There was a period where a couple of months ago, I was really working out, eating super healthy, like the healthiest I've ever ate. Then life happened, I gave up. But through that experience, it was the first time ever that I was actually able to see the difference in my body, my skin, my face, everything in the exterior and in the inside of my body too. I've been kind of diving into the foods and what I put inside of my body and really trying to embrace that mentality of your body is your temple, my body is my temple, and I'm gonna take care of it inside and out. Then the other part that I'm trying to really commit myself more is my faith, Jesus and God. The problem with me that I've faced is, yeah, I can be feeling close to God, but then all of a sudden when things are going good in my life, I just step away. I push him away. I'm like, well, I don't need you right now. The reality is I always need him. I always need him in my life. And that's something that I'm trying to be better at because I'm just tired of only calling out for him when I need him. You know? I want to walk through life holding his hand in the good and the bad. Typically, I pray when things are going bad, but then I pull away when things start going good for me. So I need to now be more intentional. Recently, even when nothing special is going on, man, I pray and I thank him. And I'm so grateful for everything that I have. I'm so grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful that I was able to hold my kid, kiss him, give him a hug. So just being closer to God and my faith, basically. I know people have different beliefs and that's okay. I don't judge and I'm not against anything that are your beliefs, but that's just my personal belief, and I'm just sharing my experience. Years ago, when I accepted Jesus into my life, even though different things in my life at the moment weren't great, weren't perfect, weren't what I wanted them to be, I was so happy, so content, and that's what I'm striving for. I'm striving for, regardless of what I have or what I don't have, I want to feel that joy and that peace inside me again of, man, I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be breathing. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be alive. It's hard for me to put into words, but it's such an amazing feeling. And I just want to keep working towards having that feeling and being connected to God. Do what I can on this earth so that He can be proud of me. So that's something that I think it's also very important. Just whatever the word spirituality means to you, that's another area that I'm trying to improve and work on. And last but not least, what's your purpose in life? I think I've been so blessed of really knowing what I like. I love art. That's just my thing. Whatever involves any spin or aspect of art, I'm in. I've surprisingly met a lot of people that don't really know what they want in life. And it makes me so sad. It's really, really sad when you ask somebody and they don't really know what they truly want. They don't really know what their passion is, basically. I don't really have an answer to how you find what your passion is, because I've been lucky to always love art since I was young, and that's just my thing and that's just my passion. It's important that you find your passion so that you know what direction to take in life. It's important to know what the meaning behind each goal is. Like why are you fighting to get here or there? What's the meaning behind it? Because again, sometimes you think it's one thing and it's not. Sometimes you get to that goal and it's just not what you expected. And that's something new to me. That's something that I'm currently trying to understand and process. Because, like I said, I've recently started experiencing those things where I'm like, man, I really think that I want this. And then I have it. And it's just like, okay, what's next? It's not the what, it's the why, really. I think for me, that's what I'm doing right now. Because I have the what very clearly in my head. Like, I know exactly what are the things I want, but why, you know? So, anywho, this was just a venting session. Little video diary for myself or whoever watched it. Thank you so much for watching. I want to start holding myself accountable and sharing with you guys some of my journey. Nothing great is easy. If not, we always hear the saying, if not, everybody would be doing it and everybody would have everything. So right now I'm working on how exactly I should be splitting my time and using my time properly, and not just spending hours scrolling through TikTok and scrolling through social media. We often just sit there doing wishful thinking, what we want, what we desire, but never really act on it. And I think it's time to act, because there's no time better than the present, is what I'm starting to learn now as I get older. I'm like, dang, just freaking do it now. Do it now, because you're only getting older. Time keeps flying by, and you're just still sitting in the same spot as you were a year, 2, 3, 5 ago. If you guys have any comments, any feedback, any words of inspiration, motivation, what are your goals that you're setting for yourself? Let's hold each other accountable. So share with me whatever you want to share with me. I'll be so happy to read it. Thank you so much for watching.